It's been 2 days since the terrorist attack in Manchester. After intelligence shared between the UK and US authorities was leaked to the press, it's now emerged that Salman Abedi, the man identified as the Manchester attacker, was on the radar of British intelligence. Counter-terror officials are facing heavy criticism after Home Secretary Amber Rudd admitted that Abedi was known to intelligence services. Reports say the suicide bomber was repeatedly flagged by authorities and placed on a watch list. In fact, the British media has reported that Abedi was flagged on at least 5 separate occasions in the last 5 years. Abedi's family was also on the radar. In fact, it's now emerged that Abedi's father was linked to a Libyan militant group. In the past, Abedi's 2 brothers were also picked up for questioning on suspicion of terror offences. "22 lives were lost in the Manchester Arena attacks. Now, authorities have identified the bomber as Salman Abedi. He was born in Manchester in 1994 and worked in a bakery after he dropped out of university. He's been linked to Libyan and Syrian militant groups and reportedly travelled to Syria and Libya before carrying out the Manchester attack. He was on the radar of intelligence agencies after he was reported by his friends to counter-intelligence authorities. Meanwhile, the UK police have made 3 new arrests in connection with the attack, taking the total number to 7. UK police arrested a man from the town of Wigan in Greater Manchester. In another police raid, a woman was arrested in Manchester, but we are given to believe that he has been released since then. The police have also arrested another man in Warwickshire in central England, which is the first arrest outside the Manchester area. Meanwhile, police raids continued in Blackley after the police confirmed that the 22-year-old was part of a terror network. Libya's radar counter-terrorism unit has arrested the father and younger brother of Manchester Arena suicide bomber Salman Abedi in Tripoli. Before his arrest, he told reporters that his son was innocent.
بدليل انني اطلعت على جوازات الاثنين ابدا وما كان يخفي علي اي شيء يقول لي فيه. لم يسافر الى سوريا. اي شخص يقول انني نتبع الجماعه الليبيه المقاتله بما اني اثني عليهم ولكني لا اتبعهم ولا انتمي لاي تنظيم.
In a statement posted on a social networking site, Libyan authorities say that they've arrested and interrogated Abedi's 20-year-old brother, Hashim, on Tuesday. Libya's radar confirmed that Abedi's younger brother was also under watch for the past 1 month and that he was working to launch an attack of his own in the capital, Tripoli. Meanwhile, Abedi's father, Ramadan, was taken into custody in Tripoli on Wednesday. He's been questioned but hasn't been charged. Libyan authorities posted on the social networking site that the Manchester attacker is believed to have returned to the UK from a trip to Libya recently. The attacker's parents had fled Libya and migrated to the United Kingdom in the early 90s during Colonel Gaddafi's regime. Recent intelligence obtained by the US also suggests that ISIS has set up an external operations wing in Libya tasked with plotting attacks in Europe. The group has already used Libyan soil to train recruiters for attacks in Tunisia. Let's now take a look at the timeline of events. On the 22nd of May, an explosion at the Manchester Arena killed 22 people with 59 injured. A controlled explosion was later carried out in a cathedral garden. Meanwhile, on the 23rd, the UK Prime Minister chaired a Cobra meeting calling the attack barbaric. The Islamic State claimed responsibility of the attack the very same day. Police have arrested the 23-year-old man in South Manchester in connection with the attack. The bomber is identified as the 22-year-old Salman Abedi. On the 24th of May, Britain raised the terror threat to the highest level of critical. Armed forces personnel were deployed on Britain's streets to boost security. 3 more men are arrested in connection with the attack. Salman's brother is arrested by Tripoli's security agencies. On the 25th of this month, Police say that Salman was a part of a larger terror network. 3 people, including a woman, are arrested. Tripoli's authorities claim that Salman's brother confessed that both were part of the Islamic State. Tripoli authorities arrest Salman's father, Ramadan Abedi. Now, some elaborate details have emerged regarding the kind of explosives that were used by the attacker to carry out that blast in Manchester. Now, the bomber appeared to have carried a powerful explosive in a lightweight metal container concealed either within a blue backpack. This according to preliminary information gathered by British authorities. Law enforcement images of metal nuts and screws propelled by the blast and of damage nearby show that the bomb's makeshift shrapnel penetrated metal doors and left deep scuffs in brick walls. The explosive was also propelled the bomber away from the blast. Now, certain details of the bomb further suggest a desire by a bomb maker to reduce the risk of a dud.